Let me share a story with you. I was packing my bag, getting ready to leave for another trip offshore. And then 2 or 3 year old daughter at that time came to me, hugged my leg, and said, "Daddy, don't go." And she started crying. I had to gently remove her arms and walk out the door because simply the airplane could not wait for me. So that moment hit me and it made me question everything. Hi, in the last video I shared why I believe working at sea is not something that most people should plan for the long term. And today I want to tell you a little more about myself. Maybe you'll see something in my story that connects to your own. I graduated from Maritime Academy and started working in merchant fleet, which means 4 months on board and 4 months at home schedule. So at first it felt like an adventure, being a grown-up, being away from home. It just felt quite good. But every time I came home, I felt like life had moved on without me. So friends changed, people got married, and I was not really part of it. Especially when I tried to build relationships, it just didn't work. You are gone half of the time, you miss everything. So I switched to offshore fleet, shorter contracts, more frequent rotations, and it helped a bit. But when I became a father, things changed again. That moment with my daughter made everything feel more real. And the more I looked around, the more I started to question this lifestyle. Some of my colleagues missed the birth of their own children, and sometimes the crew change just was delayed or the flights didn't work out. Nobody's fault, it just happens from time to time. But those are the moments you don't get back. Over the years, I noticed another thing. A lot of people in this profession earn a good salary, higher than average, but still live paycheck to paycheck. And I remember during oil industry crisis back in 2014, when the people were about to lose their jobs and they had no any financial cushion. Big mortgages, car loans, credit cards, everything depended on the next paycheck. And they didn't want to go back to sea, but they had no other option. And I thought, that's not a freedom, that's something like a survival. So I believe there is another way. Spend less than you earn, save and invest the difference. Build a financial buffer from 6 to 12 months at least of expenses, so that in a crisis you still have options. And this idea came from the life, from my own experience, but books also helped, and one of them was Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Funny enough, I found it on the ship, and someone had just left it behind, thanks to him or her. I picked it up, opened it, and thought, oh yes, this is exactly what I've been feeling. I realized a salary alone won't make you financially secure or wealthy. You have to learn how to manage money, invest, be patient, and take smart risks. And more than anything, you need to control your own behavior. So I started investing about 10 years ago, even a bit more. No courses, no mentors, just trial and error. I made mistakes, lost money, but I learned what kind of investor I am, what works for me and what doesn't. Now I'm testing a new lifestyle. I still work at sea, just enough to support my family current needs. Roughly 2 weeks at sea and then 4 to 6 weeks at home. I wouldn't be making this video if I wasn't asked by my crew members, how did you manage it? And I consider it still it's not very perfect, but it's a step to the right direction. I get to be with my family more and I have time to think, learn and grow. I respect this profession. Work at sea is not easy. But I also believe some of us might want to choose a different path. And maybe my story will help someone to take the first step. That's why investing is important, and that's why I'm choosing it. Thanks for being here, and please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. Thank you.